Hello everyone, it's Maria here from Pebbley Rose Paper Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be making a card with the Nature's Beauty stamp set. I haven't used this in a really long time and I thought this will be a great opportunity to use it with the reindeer, especially because Christmas is coming up. And I'm also using one of the stencils or masks that is in the basic pattern decorative mask. This is found in the annual catalogue, both of these items are, and this is one of 4 stencils in case you kind of missed it in the catalogue. So basically you get this one obviously, then you get some polka dots and you get some leaves, and then you get some filigree pattern or damask pattern or whatever you want to call it. I'm not even sure, but that's what you get in that as a pack, and they're actually quite nice and sturdy, and they're really good to use as well with embossing paste. So they're nice and thick, so they can put up with a bit of punishment, which is great. But before we start the project, I wanted to address something very quickly, and basically I've been getting lots of people messaging me and telling me, my viewers, that they're not getting notifications of when I upload videos. Now, generally speaking, at a minimum, I upload at least once a week, sometimes 2 to 3 times. Now, when I upload videos, just generally speaking, I don't make videos where I case someone else. I try and be as original as possible. So for me to come up with these ideas takes a bit of time, and they don't actually come easily to me. Like, I kind of agonize a bit with my design. So that's why I generally upload once a week. If a great idea comes to me more times, then I'll upload more often, and it really depends on my creativity. So I just wanted to put it out there that I'm not just putting out videos for the sake of just being out there and you seeing something you've probably seen before, or, you know, I just want to do something that's original for me. So just letting you know. And in any way, everyone's been telling me that they're not receiving notifications. Now, recently, YouTube has changed the settings. So basically, you have to be subscribed to my channel. And when you click that subscribe button, you'll see about 3 bells. If you want to get all the notifications, you click the bell that says all, then you click, there's one underneath that gives you some of the notifications, and then down the bottom with none. So if you want to receive notifications, please check your settings, because sometimes the settings get changed by YouTube without you kind of knowing. So regularly check and see if you want to receive those notifications from people, and make sure you click all. Now, being said and done, if you've done that and you're still not getting notifications, my other suggestion is to unsubscribe and subscribe again, and that can kind of make the system give you notifications. In saying that too, I've heard lately, not just from myself but from other YouTubers as well that get lots of views, their views have plummeted, as have mine, and that concerns me a little, because if I feel that no one's watching my channel, then I'm just not going to make videos anymore, because why am I going to make videos for people that aren't going to watch? So just be kind of, I don't know, just make sure you check your settings if you want to see my videos. If you don't, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. But I just wanted to put that out there and let those viewers know that YouTube has been kind of mucking around with the settings, and they will generally not put up your videos. If people aren't watching them, or they don't care when they get the notifications and they don't watch those videos, then you won't receive those notifications anymore. So if you're interested to see what I'm up to, please feel free to also seek me out. And yet just check your settings, and if that doesn't work, then I'll have to try and contact YouTube and see what's happening on their end, because I'm not the only one. This has been stuffing everybody around. So all that said and done, we'll get stuck to this card. It's kind of going to be like a Christmassy themed card. So what I'm using today is thick Whisper white cardstock, which is half an A4, scored in half again. Now, as a disclaimer, this has been used before, this thick Whisper white card base. What happened was, when I made the card, I changed my mind about the panel and I pulled it off, but it's still good to use. So this is as a tip. Don't throw the whole card base away, keep it. You can also layer on top, which is what I'm going to do, another piece of cardstock, and it will save your card base. So don't throw them out. always have just a small piece of cardstock to put over the top and just add another layer, and no one will know underneath, as long as the card base is in good order, which it is, it's perfect order all round, that there's been used before and you decided to pull it off. So there you go, don't waste it. So to start off with, we're going to do some stenciling. So with my regular Whisper White cardstock, that's just 1/4 of an inch on that side and that side shorter than the card base, and that gives you a nice even border right round. I'm going to bring my non-stick craft sheet. Oops, this is a lovely sheet. It's nice and slick. It's also heat resistant, and it's great to use with multimedia stuff as well, and it's easy to clean, which is great. It's stained, but it doesn't matter, it does the job. So I'm going to grab my card base here, and actually what I'm going to do is some ink blending first. I'm going to start with some Old Olive, and we're going to ink blend the bottom of the card here. So I'm going to go for a forest theme. So it's just a little ink blend here, just lightly. And then I'm going to grab some Mossy Meadow, just to clean that area there. And grab some Mossy Meadow. This is kind of going to be a bit dark. Okay. So this will just make like a grassy edge, okay? And then, all right, I'm going to stamp now the reindeer, and I want the reindeer to be roughly here. And I'm going to bring my Stamparatus, which I forgot to bring, so just bear with me for a second. I prefer to stamp with the Stamparatus these days because I just feel that I get a much more accurate way of stamping, and also it allows me to go back on it if I make a mistake. So, oh, now just letting you know as well, this is something I've seen online. When I said to you this is an original idea, I did see something that inspired me that was a little bit similar but not quite the same. And this person used a Christmas tree in the middle, but I'm going to use a reindeer because I think it's cute. So I'm going to stamp this reindeer in Sahara Sand. So it's like a nice kind of a browny grey colour. So that's how that looks. We're going to colour that later on with some pencils. But in the meantime, so that we're done with the stamping, because that's all the stamping we're going to do. I'll put this all back. And I made a mask for this earlier, so I'm going to just put this over my stamped image. Okay, and then we're going to do some stenciling and colouring in the meantime. So that's that done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick the stencil on top of this. So just put it in an area that you like. So like that. So I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to stick it down with some painter's tape. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get some grey granite, and I'm going to lightly stamp the trees with grey granite, very light. I'm going to tap off as much as I can, and then I'll just go lightly. And if you can see there, that's the perfect amount of lightness I want in that area, so at the back there. Then I'm going to clean this. I'm going to grab some smoky slate as my next kind of darker colour. Tap off. And I'm going to go a little bit darker here, but I'm going to leave the middle as much as I can to be lighter, and I'll just go dark along the edges here. Then I'm going to get some basic grey, and then I'll go super dark along the edges. Okay, so I'll go over it again with the basic grey. All right, it looks like a bit of a mess, but just bear with me, and it should turn out nice, I hope. I'll give this a bit of a clean as well. I've finished now with the stenciling, but we're going to keep this out here. And what I want to do is to start blending some colours. So I'm going to be using Purple Posy, Highland Heather, Balmy Blue and some Night of Navy. I may change my mind on these colours, but we'll see how we go. So I'm going to start off with the Balmy Blue. And I'll just go around here. Okay, then look, I haven't really thought this through, just letting you know, this is going to take probably a life of its own, as it usually does, but I'm going to add just spots of purple in there as well. It's kind of going to be like a twilighty, kind of an evening forest theme. That's what I'm going for, and I hope it turns out. We'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting. All right. Now this is Purple Posy, so I'm going to do an all over with that as well. But we'll keep it light around the middle of where the reindeer is, because I want it to look like it's glowing in the middle of the forest. And I'll go for the Highland Heather now, I think, because you can hardly see that purple, but we'll just have little flecks of purple in there. Okay, so that's with the flecks of purple in there. Add a little bit more. And then I'm going to add Night of Navy and kind of make it go right round there. So I'll just clean this. The Night of Navy ink. I'm going to go super dark. Go extra dark on the edges of the cardstock. So it kind of looks like that. Okay. I'm just going to clean my hands with the ink. So you get quite a bit of ink there. So I'll just leave that to the side and just clean this up. With this is I'm going to run my embossing buddy over the top. And I'm going to use this stamp over here. It kind of looks like snow. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to use my Stamparatus to stamp all around in places. So I'll give that a little, I'll put that roughly in the middle here. And then I'm going to just stamp randomly. Finish now stamping that kind of snow looking stuff. So just give this a wipe and then we are done. And then I'm going to put some white embossing powder on that. Okay, that kind of looks really cool. So I'm going to heat emboss this off camera, and I will also take off the mask so you can see how beautifully this, isn't that beautiful? All right, I'll be back. Okay, so I've just finished now heat embossing this, and I just love the way it turned out, and it looks like a dark forest, kind of twilighty, and then you have the reindeer coming out from the forest, and it's just a nice light around it. I think it looks really, really cute. So that's how that looks. So what I'm going to do with this reindeer is actually colour it in with my watercolour pencils. So I'll bring those around, and we're just going to finish colouring in that reindeer. So I'm going to use a colour that's similar to Sahara sand. So if we were to compare, that's a pretty good match. That's almost exact. So if you happen to have these pencils, this is the warm grey 2 pencil. So that's a really good colour, that one. a very good match. So I'm going to grab my Copic marker. You can use whatever colourless blender you have. So I'm just going to just do a light colour of the reindeer. Just over the top there. I'll leave little patches of white as well, so it's not going to be overly like coloured. So there will be patches of white. So just grab that tip and just blend it all out. It's a beautiful reindeer, and since I've bought this stamp set, I haven't used it yet, so this was a great opportunity for me to use it. What I love about this particular stamp is that the colour, the shading, I mean, is already done for you. So I'll just add a little bit more colour around where the shading is, just to kind of bring that up a bit more. So this is the beginning of maybe a snowfall. I don't know. I thought it's cute. I like snow, even though we don't have much snow here in Australia. And our snow season is the opposite of the Northern Hemisphere. I quite like it. I've always had a fascination with snow, and I've never been. So for me, it's a dream come true to actually go to the snow. Hopefully one day I will get that chance. All right. So, I'll give you a close-up look of the colouring that I did. And it's not overly dark, which is nice, and it has shade and light and what have you, so I think it turned out lovely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my card base, and I'm just going to stick it to the front like that, and I think it's stunning. It's really striking. You can see flecks of colour, you can see bits of, you know, blue and a bit of purple, and I didn't want it to be overly obvious, and I think this turns out so nice. I quite like it. I haven't made a card like this in ages, so I hope you like it as well. If you're interested in any of the products you've seen, minus the coloured pencils and my Copic marker, you can do so through my online store at pepperlyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net, and if you're in Australia, you may purchase from me at any time, 24/7. If you're interested in joining Stampin' Up and getting a discount, you can do so also through my online store at pepperlyrosepapercrafting.stampinup.net if you are in Australia. And if you would like to purchase from me, I would really appreciate your business. And I always look after my customers. I give them a little extra something, or, you know, I send you a handmade card every time to thank you. And after a particular month, the thank you will then be shown as a video. So there you go. All right, guys, so that's my finished card for today. Feel free to add whatever sentiment you like. I'm leaving mine blank so that I'm able to customise it for a person at a later date. So this is, I'm keeping my mask for another time, but this is the Nature's Beauty stamp set. It's absolutely beautiful. And the Pattern Party decorative masks. These are available in my online store. So I hope you like this card. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below this video. And also, if you haven't commented about notifications, can you please let me know in the comment below if you are subscribed? Do you receive notifications? And if you don't, please go back to the beginning of the video where I address this so that you're able then to kind of problem solve that, or just seek me out every single time and click on my videos. I do share on Facebook as well. So if you don't get the notifications from YouTube, you can get them from my Facebook and also my blog. All right, guys, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.